So, the topic of conversation. It's a really simple thing to get lost in a salon. And sometimes I listen in and I think, wow, that's a lot of information about the hairdresser or the beauty therapist. She's telling the client all about her weekend and all about everything. And I'm thinking, whoa, enough. It's really easy. Clients ask you all the time about you and your life. And so, of course, you tell them. And we like to talk about ourselves, let's be honest here. What I think you want to do is teach your team about the 30-70 rule. 70% of the airtime is the client's. She can choose to have that in silence. And 30% of the airtime, meaning the time that's spent in the salon, is yours. And in that 30%, you need to be able to tell her what products she needs to use at home, how to best manage her hair or her skin at home, and all the information that you need to share with her. And then, if you've done all that, you can tell her about you. But 70% of the time, if that client wants to talk about herself for 70% of the time, that's fine. Got no problem. And it may not even come down to you. If in her 70% of the time she wants to talk about you, I think you need to learn some strategies about turning the conversation back around to her. So say, for example, I'll give you a really good example. A client comes in and they say, oh, my back is killing me. I've got such a sore back. And you could say, oh, I know, I've got such a sore back too. Seems like everyone's got a bad back. You think, God, wow, my cousin, he had a back operation. He ended up in a wheelchair. And then such and such had another problem with his back. And then my brother-in-law's got a bad back. And you could go way down the bad back chat. Why? What I would do if someone came to me and said, oh, I've got such a bad back, I'm so exhausted. You know what I would say? Come in. Sit down, girlfriend. I can't fix your back. I really can't. I wished I could, because if I could, I would, darling. You look like you're in pain. But what I can do is get on with your colour and get on with your cut and make your hair so amazing today that you're going to forget you've got a sore back. So let's talk about the colour. That's it. Could do that in a beauty version. I'll give you another one of those. Oh, I've got such a sore back, blah, blah, blah. Have you ever thought about a massage? Have I done a massage with you? Because I would love to. And today might not be the day because your back's really sore. But you know what? We need to have a chat around having regular massages so that you don't get into this situation again. But for now, I'm going to get on with your waxing. So up you jump on the bed. Let's get started. You control every conversation in that building, every single one. So when people tell me, oh, the client said this and the client said that, I think turn it around. When they come to you, turn it around. When they say, for example, you've been on a holiday and the first week back, guess what? The clients get all the details, what you ate, what it cost, blah, 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 the flight trip, everything. And then the second week, they only get half the story. And the third week, when a client comes in and says, how was your holiday, Leesh? You go, oh, it was good, feels like ages ago. That's it. They don't get the information because you're tired of telling it. And I don't think that's fair. What you need to do is be able to be ready. Have a practice of what you're going to say. How was your holiday? Oh, it was amazing. Let me get on with your hair so that I can make you look so gorgeous. And then we'll talk about my holiday. Okay, so turn the conversation to where you want it to go. Because I've seen people chatter and chatter and chatter and I think, why are you doing that on her hair? And they say, oh, I don't know. The reason they don't know is because they didn't do a proper consultation. They went straight into how wonderful their holiday was. Uh-oh, really bad service. Don't do that. Happily talk about your holiday in your 30% of the time when your other jobs have done. When you've talked about the products you're using today, when you talk about your best recommendations, and when you've done everything else, then please give her the short version. It has to be about her or him. It has to be about his dog, not yours. It has to be about his work, not yours. It has to be about her holiday, not yours. So think about that and have a little bit of a conscience. What I don't like to hear out and about is when someone, and I tell them what I do for a job, and they say, oh, okay, oh, my salon could really use you. The owner, she's 26, you know, and she's already been married twice. And, you know, her mother's so sick, and her dog passed away, and they can tell you all of this stuff about this hairdresser, and I think, why do you know all this? Why has the hairdresser or beauty therapist told you all of this? I think it's not good, people. Just preserve a little bit of yourself for your friends and your family. They are your customers and they pay for your service. Please, please give them the short version of your life. Something to think about. It's pretty big, isn't it? I hope that was helpful.